Adin Ross was served with a lawsuit alongside Drake, you know, the famous musician, and this lawsuit could be massive for Adin if he loses it. I don't think he will, but if he does, he's completely screwed. That's right, Adin Ross and Drake were sued in a class action lawsuit against Stake over gambling streams. So if we read along down here, and this is an article by Michael Gwilliam from Dexerto, it says, a class action lawsuit has been filed against Stake, along with rapper Drake and streamer Adin Ross, accusing them of promoting an illegal online casino on Kick to mislead U.S. consumers. The 34-page complaint, filed on October 27th in Jackson County Circuit Court, claims the defendants engaged in a deceptive, fraudulent, and unfair practices that violate Missouri law. According to court documents, named plaintiff Justin Killam of Independence, Missouri, lost money gambling on Stake's platform as a result of defendants' wrongful trade practices. The suit claims Ross and Drake misled their viewers by presenting their high-stakes gambling streams on Kick as personal wagers, when the funds allegedly came directly from Stake. The complaint argues this helped normalize and glamorize online betting to young audiences, many of whom may not understand the legal risks involved. So, what does that all mean? Basically, they're being sued in a class action lawsuit, which means they think there's going to be a ton of people in the state of Missouri who fit into the class of people who've lost money on Stake, who might have seen a Kick stream in the past with Drake or Adin Ross where they're gambling on Stake and then decided to do it themselves. The lawsuit alleges that Adin Ross and everybody else, the lawsuit alleges that they weren't using their own money, that Adin Ross was gambling on Stake and doing his gambling streams using money that isn't his. Possibly not even real money, maybe it's just all fake in the Stake backend. Who knows? This has very long been a theory that people have with all of these gambling streamers, that they're actually just using money that's spoofed on the back end of the website. I don't know if there's ever been any actual proof of that though. The proof's kind of important. We'll find out in this lawsuit. If they don't get it dismissed right away, the discovery phase of this lawsuit, we'll find out whether or not they are using their own money. Assuming it gets that far, because I don't know if it will, especially because they didn't say anything about how old Justin Killam is, but then they say that, you know, it might be glamorizing online betting to young audiences. So is Justin young? I mean, I'm assuming he's the class representative, or did they just find a whole bunch of young people who were betting on Stake? Because that would be illegal anyway, right? If you're under 18, you can't gamble in any state, as far as I'm aware. I don't know. Like I said, I'm skeptical of this lawsuit because number one, I don't know for sure that they are using fake money. And number two, I don't think that even if they're using fake money to gamble, I don't think that when they're gambling on their stream, that's creating an unfair and unrealistic expectation. Now, if you could prove that they're getting increased odds from Stake, then you'd have a good argument. I don't know how you would do that. You'd have to subpoena Stake and get their records of the back end. That's the only way I could see them actually having a good argument. I don't think that them just using fake money, even if they do use money that's not theirs, I don't think that that really is an unfair practice. At least in my opinion, I don't think it meets that legal definition. Of course, I'm not a lawyer, and there are lawyers working on this, so maybe they know better than I do. Kick is owned by Stake. Dexerto is saying that. It's not actually true as far as I can tell. Some members of the Stake board are on the Kick board, and they own a significant portion of Kick, but as far as I'm aware, if you say that Kick is directly owned by Stake, that's wrong. There's other investors involved as well. So just keep that in mind. They quote the lawsuit saying, Stake in particular pays online influencer defendants Adin Ross and Aubrey Drake Graham each millions of dollars yearly to engage in promotional live stream online casino gambling with Stake.com. When Ross and Drake purport to gamble online with Stake.com, they often do not do so with their own money, despite telling the public in Missouri and elsewhere the opposite, it adds. The filing seeks compensatory damages and a court order forcing the defendants to disgorge any profits tied to the alleged misconduct. The class action also accuses Stake of running an illegal casino through Stake.us, a clone of Stake.com, to evade restrictions on Missouri's rules on online casinos. According to the lawsuit, the rebrand misled Missouri regulators and consumers into believing it offers harmless gameplay instead of an unlawful gambling platform. Stake has denied any wrongdoing. We have not been served at this time. We reject all allegations that have been made in the media in relation to this potential claim and will vigorously defend this and all such claims, a company spokesperson told Sigma News. I don't know who's getting their news from Sigma News, but that's a crazy website name. Neither Ross or Drake have commented publicly on the lawsuit as of publication. This has changed. Adin Ross has spoken on it. I don't think Drake has, but let's just go back up here. You'll see here, this filing seeks compensatory damages and a court order forcing them to disgorge any profits tied to the alleged misconduct. So not only are they looking for compensatory damages, which can be like a ton of money, right? We're talking millions of dollars. They also want to disgorge any profit. So what they're asking for is anything that they made as a profit of their gambling streams on Kick, you know, millions and millions and millions of dollars is what they want. Again, they assert that they're not using their own money. They have no way to know if that's true or not. As for this part where they talk about Stake, I'm not going to argue the legality of Stake. I don't gamble. I don't like gambling. I think gambling is a horrible vice that ruins people's lives. That being said, the reason Stake has Stake.us was to get around US online gambling rules. I don't think that they would deny that, but getting around the rules isn't illegal, right? If you change your website in a way to make it legal, which is what Stake seems to have done, that's not illegal. You can use loopholes in the law to get around the law. That's not illegal. As long as you don't break the law, you're good. So unless they change the law on online gambling in Missouri, I don't think that there's a lot that they can get from this lawsuit from that. But who knows? Might get a judge who's particularly bad with computers and the internet, and you might be able to convince them one way or another. Who knows? I do know that Asmongold spoke out on it, and he thinks that this case will just be dismissed. He thinks it's completely ridiculous. Let's take a listen and hear what Asmongold had to say. Right after you hit that like button, thank you so much. It really helps.
I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. I don't think it really will. But Adin Ross and Drake are being sued in a class action lawsuit against Stake over kick gambling streams. The suit claims Ross and Drake misled their viewers by presenting their high stakes gambling streams as personal wagers when the funds allegedly came directly from Stake. It argued it helped normalize and glamorize online betting to young audiences. This is not a lawsuit. This is a statement. This is a statement. Like, no, obviously they're doing that. Obviously they're gambling. It doesn't matter whether they're using their own money or not. It's still gambling. The only way that they could maybe get them is if it was fake odds or something like that. So yeah, it's a statement. Yeah, who cares? This isn't going to go anywhere. There's nothing that's going to happen with this. When Ross and Drake purport to gamble online on Stake, they often do not do so with their own money, despite telling the public in Missouri and everywhere else the opposite. It doesn't matter if it's their money or not. Like, it has no bearing on whether people consume the product. I don't know what this is, but, you know, that's the way it goes. And it's a statement. Yeah, exactly, right? This is just going to get dismissed. It's total bullshit. It's basically just somebody who's mad that they lost all their money because of gambling. And that's what happens. Rip bozo. You know, you shouldn't have done it.
So obviously Asmongold thinks pretty much the same thing I do, that this likely has no legal leg to stand on. The fact that they may or may not have used their own money doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, what they're doing is gambling. Personally, I don't like gambling. I don't think it's good, but that doesn't mean that it's illegal. As Asmongold said, the only thing I can think of that would really make it cross the line is if they were getting faked odds on the back end, but there's no evidence of that, and it doesn't even seem like they alleged that in the lawsuit, so I don't think that's a problem for them. I think they're probably just going to get this dismissed pretty easily, especially when you consider the fact that one of the people they're suing alongside Adin Ross is Drake, and I'm 100% sure that he has very, very good lawyers. He's one of the biggest musicians in the world, and I'd be surprised if he's not able to make this go away. Now, Adin Ross did actually respond. His response was basically to point to what Asmongold said and say that it's BS. I agree with him, but let's take a listen anyway.
Guys, there's nothing to talk about regarding the title, regarding what's going on with Mess. You guys can look into it. I will tell you guys this. Read through the case yourself. It's fucking bullshit. To me, it seems like somebody, if you guys can see what Asmongold said, because someone sent that to me, it's literally true. Like, just watch the Asmongold thing. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
So that's the response from Adin Ross. I don't know why he even decided to mention this on stream. Probably would have been better for him to not do so. At least he didn't get into the weeds on it and he just said it's BS, because there's a reason that lawyers tell people not to speak about ongoing cases. Luckily, he didn't say too much. I think he's probably correct that it is BS and that it will get thrown out. And even though I don't like gambling, I'm not a huge fan of online gambling, I don't think what they're doing is illegal. Personally, I don't think that I want it to be illegal. This is America. Do what you want, as long as you're doing it legally. And I think this is just somebody trying to legislate using the courts. Basically, if they can get a judgment saying that Adin Ross and everybody else doing this are causing a problem and that it's illegal, what that will do is open up the floodgates for lawsuits from all other 50 states and American territories over the exact same thing with different classes, or maybe just a nationwide class action lawsuit. I don't think it'll get that far, but if they were to win, that would completely ruin the gambling stream ecosystem on Kick, on Twitch, everywhere, because nobody would want to take that risk anymore. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think Adin Ross will come out on top on this? Do you think it will even make it to court, or will the judge dismiss it before then? Do you agree with Asmongold? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and God bless you.